like the bad guy very vividly, and I remembered like his eye, like I remembered that, and I remembered him like in the rain, like going in the theater, and I was like, oh, I remember that was kind of magical, the Houdini story.
You like the whole when they're at the Blockbuster?
Yes,
like
Stallone.
He's like
Stallone.
Yeah, he should have won an Oscar for that.
It was
his best performance.
It was his best performance.
I guess we're started.
Hello and welcome to the No Expectations podcast. I'm Ben.
I'm James.
And I'm Max.
And today we are watching The Mosquito Coast, starring Harrison Ford, Helen Mirren, who I've never seen young until this movie,
honestly, yeah,
and a very young River Phoenix.
This is written by Paul Schrader, right, and story by Paul Theroux.
Very nice. And then the director, whose name escapes me right now, forgive me.
Oh,
Peter
Weir.
Peter Weir,
sorry,
yes.
Who did Truman Show and Dead Poets Society.
Yes.
Truman Show, one of my favorite movies.
And Witness and Master and Commander as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, so another Harrison Ford movie.
Fantastic. Which I believe they won an Academy Award for.
Yeah, and this was actually nominated for Best Actor, but he didn't win. It was a Golden Globe, I think.
Really? And it's still good. Still prestigious. You almost want the Golden Globe more now. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, well, let's talk about our predictions for The Mosquito Coast. Mosquito Coast. First of all, I thought it was going to be about a divorced dad who goes off on like a camping trip to toughen up the kids
Into the wild type
into
of
the
family.
wild. Yes. And then I thought, or maybe they were in Florida or something, and then they go into the wilderness there, kind of off the beaten path, and they end up getting lost and having to actually survive. That was my thought. It was, kind of far off, but elements of it were sort of correct. But yeah, I didn't expect what actually the movie was about. Like you hit the nail on the head with the inventor thing.
With Harrison, yeah.
Yeah, the inventor thing.
Like one of the very first things that comes out of his, River Phoenix's mouth is, my dad's a great inventor. I was like,
yeah. Nail on the head.
Yeah.
So I was impressed, and he was not divorced. He has a wife.
You sure you didn't read the book?
Oh, based on a novel.
I did listen to the audiobook, and there is a lot of ranting. Like the part when can we do spoilers?
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
I mean
so.
we
Yeah,
let
'cause-
the people know the week before what movie to watch. So it's like if you haven't watched it by now and you're worried about spoilers, the show's kind of gonna be one big spoiler.
Right.
So,
Yep. Yeah, it's more fun to follow along with us.
yeah, so watch at the end of the episode when we say this is what we're gonna watch next week. You have the opportunity to watch that movie if you want to be kind of in on the action the following episode.
Also, if you have predictions of what the movie might be like, put those in the comments below, and we can feature you on the next show if you got it.
Yeah.
No cheating.
Yeah, please, no cheating. That
So
kind of ruins it.
my prediction was basically just grabbed off of yours, but plane crash.
Yeah.
And completely wrong.
Yeah.
But there's
You're
elements.
really good with that inventor
Invented, yeah.
So,
aspect, yeah.
so what was your favorite aspect of the movie?
I loved Harrison Ford's whole persona. Like,
Yeah.
I loved his, pissed off, he loves America, but he hates the direction it's going in. He's against the establishment. He's against everything being fucked up. He's against change. So he decides to make a big change so he doesn't have to watch the downfall of the country. And I just love his,
It's basically like today's thing, or even with the election and stuff. Like, hey, if this guy's president, I'm moving. That's basically how he felt. And
Yeah.
it's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
and I love how he says, no one loves America more than I do. He's like, that's why I don't want to watch it suffer and die. And I just love his whole attitude towards everything, towards the country, towards religious fanaticism.
I didn't see him as
everything.
a communist at all.
No.
He got pegged as a
Yeah.
communist by the
No.
by
I
that.
would say he's very likable throughout the whole movie until the last act where he's just mad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was real bad. There's George Costanza.
Yeah, Jason Alexander. Yeah, this was the only clip I saw of this movie that made me actually discover this movie. It was Jason Alexander versus Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I remember
And
getting
I
a
was
text message from you 2 a.m. with just a clip from that.
You loved it.
I did love it.
But it was one of those, I was like, I found her next movie. Anyway, but yeah, as far as my prediction, I was way off, but I'm happy with what I got. And if I had to give this a rating on a scale from 1 to 5, I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 stars.
I'll give it 4 out of 5 as well. I really enjoyed this. This is honestly one of my, I guess, better favorite movies from Harrison Ford now.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was his favorite movie that he had done too.
I read that up to
Really?
that. It's just his
Wow.
favorite performance. It goes over Indiana Jones and
No way.
Han Solo. Yeah.
Wow, I think he was probably a fan of the book, and who knows, maybe it was something different for him because he had been kind of typecast as, the leading man hero. I mean, he's still the leading man here, but it's a different take. He's not as heroic. He's a little more nerdy. He's a little more aggressive in some aspects. He's a little more frustrated. He's like the frustrated genius,
Yeah.
Which I liked.
In my it was a 5 out of 5 for me.
5 out of 5. Awesome.
Yeah, 5 out of 5. And one thing that really the aspect that kind of jumped out at me is the pacing was really good for a
Pacing
movie
was
that
really
was
good.
so long. This could have been, a sleeper.
Yeah.
But for me, the pacing was good. I kind of have like a ADD thing going on,
Same.
so I was on the edge of my seat of the whole movie, and
Yeah.
I didn't really find myself getting distracted.
Yeah, because I talked to Ben because we went to see a movie that the night before I watched this. We saw Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas
Willy's
Cage.
Wonderland.
Recommend. I was like, it was so late, and I was like, I do not want to watch this movie. It was
What did I say?
Yeah, you're like, you're gonna sit there and watch the whole entire movie, and I did. 2 hours long. It didn't even feel like it. It was so. It was a
Very-
great movie.
Very well paced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about we dive into alternate castings?
Okay.
My new favorite segment.
I do like this.
My new favorite segment.
Can I go again first?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this one's actually funny. Harrison Ford will be. I'm doing Harrison Ford again. Helen Mirren and River Phoenix. So Harrison Ford is Jack Nicholson because he was actually originally going to be casted for this role.
That was mine too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I knew you guys were going to pick Jack. I knew it because he was the first one that crossed my mind.
Well, he just. I guess what happened was like it's just money issue, or
I can see it.
He's too far from a Lakers game. So
Makes sense.
So it makes sense.
I'm not going to that Mosquito
And I
Coast.
put gosh, what the fuck? I'm drawing a blank right now. I have it written down.
I put Leonardo DiCaprio for River Phoenix.
Oh, that could have been. Yeah. He might have
That's
been
a good one,
Might have
yeah.
been a bit young, but I think he could. I think he would have been around.
Yeah, and I got Jessica Lange as Helen Mirren's as mother character. She's from
Oh, Jessica Lange.
Lange, yeah.
Okay.
So, and Jack Nicholson and Jessica Lange both starred in a movie together.
Oh, yeah,
It was The Postman Always Rings Twice, where they had a
Oh yeah.
spicy sex scene that people still think it was actually filmed like real, like they actually had sex.
Tasteful.
But the actors, they say otherwise, never happened. But the writer, the director was only there, and the actors were just a close set. So I'm pretty sure.
Like Halle Berry and Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did
Wow.
that.
All right.
And then for River, I actually put Christian Bale. I have two.
Like
So,
Tears of the Sun era.
yeah, he was still a little young, so I went off with Explorers, Ethan Hawke, because
Very good.
Joaquin Phoenix and Ethan Hawke worked together in that movie.
Very nice. It's a solid. Max, what was yours?
For Harrison Ford,
Sorry, I took yours.
you took mine.
Sorry.
For the wife,
happen. It's gonna happen
Who
a
was
lot.
who was the actress who played the wife?
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
she was a supportive wife, like almost
most-
too
the
civil.
most
like it was bad.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
sometimes
right,
at
yeah.
There should
times
have
it
been a
was
point where
a
she
little
should have been
cringy.
like, "All right, we're getting the fuck out." Yeah.
Yeah. For her, I didn't do this exercise. I forgot to do this.
Want me to get back to you?
It's the same as yours.
All right.
I got to think about it.
It's okay. It's okay. This
But-
one was a little tougher to read.
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I couldn't even think of any other actor until I found that out.
I thought
about
she did
Jack
great.
Nicholson and-
She did really good. And like I said, I've never seen her under the age of
I
75.
haven't either. I had to
So it's like-
look up
You know-
other movies.
You know what's crazy is Helen Mirren's younger than Harrison Ford.
I couldn't.
Yeah, because they're both in their 70s, right?
Yeah, but he's like
Yep.
I think like 4
70
or 5 years older.
76, and I think she's like 72 or something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I just always think of her as being like older and British.
Because I've
and-
only seen her.
I think I've
old.
only seen her with gray hair, and she was
Yeah.
very beautiful when she was younger. Very
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, so
I guess I tried to do the exercise, and
it's tough. It's a tough one.
I thought it was just casted just right.
It was cast.
honestly.
It was
And
cast
honestly,
very well.
Like she was really tough, and I really had a deep dive of who could play
Yeah.
her, and that's the only person I thought of was
Yeah, I
Jessica
actually had a
Lange.
really hard time thinking of someone for her. Who I thought of though for the main ones. For Harrison Ford, I thought Dennis Hopper would have done really well.
Okay.
I also thought a second choice, Roy Scheider, like from Jaws.
Oh,
I think Roy Scheider could have really knocked this one out
dude,
of
I
the park.
didn't even think about him.
But Harrison, I mean, he was 10
He
out
was
of 10. He was
great.
great. He was really great. For Helen Mirren, the wife, she might have been a little young for the role, but I think she could have pulled it off. Sigourney Weaver.
I almost
think-
went with her.
Yeah,
I almost
Sigourney.
went with her.
Sigourney, I think, could have been really good. And then for the son, I thought Corey Feldman.
Really? I almost
Yeah.
did Corey Feldman or Sean Austin because the Goonies.
Yeah, and then I
that
kind
era.
of also thought Stand By Me, Will Wheaton.
Yeah,
I kind of thought, Will Wheaton. But, yeah, those are my alternate universe castings. But they knocked it out of the park, man. Like,
it was
absolutely great.
Yeah, and then what was awesome too is because what you suggested too. I mean, what you said about River Phoenix. eventually getting the role as young Indiana Jones.
Yes.
That actually was Harrison Ford's recommendation.
Yep.
So you were right. You were dead on.
Oh,
right
he
about
actually
I heard
did.
that.
Yeah, he
it
actually-
stemmed from this.
Yep.
This is where they
That's
built that
great.
that
That's
working
great.
relationship.
He said he was so great in this movie, and he actually like looks like a young version of him.
Yeah.
They grabbed him for the young Indiana Jones for Last Crusade. Yep.
That's fantastic. And that's one of my favorite things River ever did in his life was
Yeah.
playing young Indiana Jones.
I mean, I haven't seen much of River Phoenix's movies. Like this would probably be like my third movie
Okay.
of him, so I still need to watch. Well, actually fourth. I always forget about Stand By Me.
obviously Stand By Me, yeah.
Do you know anything about farming?
Do I know anything about farming?
Yeah.
Actually a ton. I actually own a farm. No, I'm kidding. I don't know anything. I don't know.
Is that how asparagus is grown?
You know,
I was thinking that too.
I noticed that when I saw it. That was something that never crossed my mind. I'm like, how does asparagus look in the ground? I thought it came off like a bush or something. But it shows how little I know about agriculture.
I just want to. I guess it's too late.
Yeah, we
No,
can go
that's
back
not
to
too-
it.
We can go back to
Let's
it.
go back.
Let's find the asparagus.
That's behind.
It'll
It's
make
back.
your peace.
It just happened.
Right, asparagus. Asparagus party.
It does make your pee smell. Let's turn off that sound.
shit.
Hit it. What? Turn it off. Turn it. Turn it.
Just mute. There we go.
All right, throw on closed captions.
I wish all video players would catch on to like the skip buttons
I know.
because it's just so convenient on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, the asparagus I did notice when I was watching it. I was like, that's how
I was
it
like,
looks.
that was very odd, but I'm like, maybe that's right.
I was watching this with one of my old friends, and she was just like, she's like, "What is asparagus? Like, is this real? This seems like that seems like you'd have to plan a lot."
Yeah. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Very strange.
look at that.
Yeah.
But
That's how
that is
asparagus
how
looks.
it's grown because I've grown some in a garden before, and
Wow, I would love to grow
just
asparagus.
one at a time. But I think those maybe weren't growing.
Yeah, they for movie purposes just
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this movie. It was very well written. The screenplay was like super tight, and maybe it was just the actor's delivery also. But like, it was really, really convincing.
Yeah, I
you know?
actually I want to read the book, to be honest.
That'd be great. This is totally a rewatch for me too.
Yeah, it is.
There's lots of ranting, and like when I was reading the book, it was sort of reminding me of that scene when they're just building their utopia. They just arrived, and he's like ranting about all the problems in the United States to like a little kid who doesn't
Yeah.
speak English, and he's just like they're all working
that.
together to build their utopia, but he just like keeps ranting, and that
Pulls his chainsaw out.
yeah, you can't even hear him, but like there's a lot of that in the book of like these rantings they're not really anti-American, they're kind of like anti-establishment.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a hardcore libertarian.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's what he is.
So, what is your guys' favorite scenes?
Favorite scenes. I'll let you kick it off. I
Okay,
gotta think. I had a few.
My favorite is the explosion where he like locks the guys
Yes.
like up in there
Yeah, that was rad.
and try to freeze them.
Rivers climbing up onto the roof. Be
Yeah.
quiet,
Yes.
or else you're gonna
Yeah.
cost us all of our lives.
Yeah,
That
that
scene
was
was
amazing.
great.
That was amazing.
That's one of my favorites too.
Hell yeah.
Like sorry, just like because everything was filmed in South America, right?
Mhm.
So I read up on this too. When they were building the set, they actually dug up a Mayan temple.
Oh. And then he had to put on his Indiana Jones hat and
Yeah.
whip and go in. I got this. Don't worry. That's pretty cool.
And I bet it was like when they built that whole entire thing right there that blew up.
That's amazing, dude.
Wait, was this before or after Indiana Jones?
This is before.
This is.
Well, I
this
mean,
is
sorry,
during.
before
This is-
last.
Oh, they were
Crusade.
filming this while they were.
So they
So one and two already came out.
So here's the timeline. Yeah, the first and second, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom would have already come out. Then this would have come out, and then 3
Last
years
Crusade.
later, Last Crusade would have come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
right-
right in
right
the middle.
So he already had his whip in his hat.
Yeah, he had quite a few whips, but
Which
probably really exciting for him. Like I said, to branch out from being Han Solo and Indy
Yeah,
so
like
much.
even in this
you know?
too, like he just felt older to me. Like
He did.
In Last Crusade, like he seems like a younger guy still. To
He
me.
does, yeah. Well, here he seems more mature. Just a testament to how good an actor Harrison Ford is. I mean, it seems like he's like, you know,
His earlier work.
much, his earlier, but it seems like he was a much older, you know, mature father figure in this movie, and like really, you know, had all this pent up aggression and stuff. And he seems like 10, 15 years younger in Last Crusade,
Yeah.
like totally, just the way he carries himself. And River, I can't figure out River's timeline on his life because, like, I mean, I can, like, if you look it up, but it seems like he was like 12 forever, and then he like suddenly turned 21.
Yeah, I think
like-
I think he was 15 during this. I was sad because he was addicted to coke and
He was addicted to coke in this.
Well,
already?
yeah, he was addicted to coke already in South
shit.
America too. Filming this, he just had an endless supply that even like amped it up more.
Well, at least
that's
he was
what's-
getting the good stuff, right?
yeah,
Rest in peace, River. Dude, he would have been great,
Yeah.
man. He would have been in the league of DiCaprio
yeah. I mean,
had he lived. I think.
DiCaprio, and then even like I feel like him and his brother would be competing a lot.
Totally,
Joaquin.
totally.
Yeah.
I saw a thing.
I
where-
think Joaquin may have been more based if he had his brother there with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw a thing in an interview where Joaquin said that. He said the reason he feels he has to do better as an actor and do more and accomplish more is to kind of make up for the loss of River and kind of like do it in honor of him. Like his
Yeah.
career.
Yeah, like the wrong kid died, maybe.
Yeah.
I felt like he had that complex going when he was
Totally.
kind of going through it.
Totally.
I mean, he basically he witnessed his brother like OD.
Yeah, he was there.
So he was there.
And so was
so.
Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They were buddies.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Going back to the lighter note,
Fat boy.
favorite scenes?
Oh, favorite scenes. I really enjoyed the just the building of the utopia, like we were talking about. Like that was really cool. Like the optimism, and then just slowly watching everything come crumbling down. Like things just started getting more shitty and more shitty and more
Yeah.
shitty. But I started getting really excited for them when it was like things were starting to work and they were getting, the buildings cooled and getting the community together. Like it was exciting.
My least favorite scene was when he decides to stay on the beach
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he lies to his family.
Stressful.
Whoa, that
Super
was
stressful.
He was
so
such
hard
an
to watch.
asshole to his like
Yeah.
friend. I forgot his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, what's his name?
Doctor-
Mr. Guy.
Hooli,
Dr. Hattie.
Hattie. Yeah.
Oh, is that
it
what
Oh,
Hattie?
Mr. Hattie.
Mr.
Mr.
Hattie.
Hattie.
something
Mr.
like
Hattie.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Hattie was really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
He was there to help them.
I wonder if some of the actors were indigenous to the region, or if they flew them
Maybe.
all in.
Maybe.
Because I think even like the character acting, like the background character acting, was
Really good.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like
It's really good.
that one guy who had that straw snapback hat
Yeah.
with the sunglasses. That guy was like
He was awesome.
a freaking cartoon character.
I did really love this movie. I think this is a movie over time. Like this is one I think I'll go back to like once a year or so and like check out because I think it's one like the more I watch it, the more I'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Peter Weir, like that's a director I don't think about and I should give more attention to because like this is fantastic. Truman Show is like one of Jim Carrey's best in my opinion. Like I
It's
love
honestly one of my
That
favorite
movie
movies,
haunts me
but-
to
Yeah.
this day.
Yeah.
I love the Truman Show. I think about it all the time too. Anytime there's any like synchronicity, If you guys haven't watched the Truman Show, check it out with Jim Carrey. Freaking fantastic movie. Like amazing. It'll make you question everything.
Yeah, I keep on seeing these lights falling out of the sky and stuff.
It's really
And
strange.
it just reminds me of that movie.
Volkswagen, lady on a bike. So good, man. So good. So if anyone enjoyed this movie as much as we did, what are a couple movies you would recommend that are in a similar style that people might like as recommendations?
I mean, I would recommend probably like because just on survival is Castaway with Tom Hanks.
Totally. I
would
was going to say the
recommend
same.
that one.
Totally.
Um,
I was going to say Jungle with Daniel Radcliffe. That was
oh,
a really
that one's really fucking good.
really good movie about survival and beating the odds and going off into the jungle, hence the name, Jungle. Yeah, I would also say if you like the disgruntled man in America, Falling Down, I would say Falling Down with Michael Douglas and Robert Duvall. That movie. Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
I feel like you would, if you enjoyed this movie,
Yeah.
you would freaking love Falling
Yeah,
Down.
and you can
would-
watch it. I have it on there.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
nice.
Falling Down is one of my favorite movies. Like Falling Down is so freaking good. If you like Harrison Ford's vibe in this, like you'll freaking love Falling
Stars
Down.
what, Michael Douglas, right?
Yeah, Michael Douglas, Robert Duvall, Barbara Hershey, freaking fantastic movie. I'm trying to think of one more similar in the style.
I would say because going back to Daniel Radcliffe, it's a little silly though, but Swiss Army Man, it's kind of fun too.
Sorry, man.
It's super fun.
I can see that. Yeah. Oh, one more.
Captain Fantastic. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen
That's
that.
a more
I've
modern
heard that's
version.
really
It's
good.
kind of like an
Fantastic.
adaptation of this book,
Okay.
but it
Who's in it? Is that who's in it?
Viggo Mortensen's in it.
Ooh, okay. I
who's
like
that?
Vigo.
I don't
Vigo's
know.
cool.
I don't know.
Hidalgo. Who's the guy from Hidalgo?
I don't know. Yeah.
History of Violence. But
I did see that.
There's actually another one. I just watched it too. And I can't even think it's. I know the director Takiwaki.
Oh, the other one Harrison Ford did with the plane crash. Later
6
on.
days,
6 days, 7 nights.
I was gonna say that
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah, if you like Harrison Ford in fish out of water situations, 6 days, 7 nights. That was a fun one.
I got one too. Let me just go back to it. I've actually watched this recently. It's just I forget his. Oh yeah,
Such a good
Hunt
movie, though.
for the Wilder People. That one's
for
really
the wilder people. Huh.
Yeah, so that stars
Sounds like where the wild things are.
Sam Neill in there from Jurassic Park.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's on Netflix if you guys want to watch that too.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
And it's fun, goofy. They just basically he just leaves after his foster mom like dies and just goes out in the wilderness, and his like foster dad starts chasing him, and they just live in the wild for like 6 months, and people are tracking him down because they think Sam Neill's like a pedophile that took him and everything.
Shit.
So it's funny. There's a lot of venture in it. Awesome. I recommend that one for sure.
Ooh, another one that just came to mind. I feel like I'm throwing out a shit ton of recommendations. Mud, Matthew McConaughey, that we were just talking about. Mud with Matthew McConaughey. That's a good one.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, dude, you got to watch.
So
Falling
yeah,
Down.
we'll just all those ones.
Yeah, throw them out there. We'll cast a wide net. But anyway, how about next week? We're doing good
What are we doing?
old fashioned.
How do you guys pick these?
We were having calzones, and
we wanted to do
were-
something funny.
Yeah, we wanted to do something funny.
Okay,
and we were
all right.
thinking we'll loop you in on the next one, but we were just kind of thinking because a lot of these we'd been like meaning to watch.
No, but I mean, how do you just find something online? That,
So we go
So
on
what-
we go on IMDb
what's
and we
your-
look up either an actor or director that we like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we kind of like go through that and be like, okay, what have we not seen from Jason Sudeikis?
That's what we did.
And that was James's idea,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to do a comedy and then
It was good old fashioned orgy.
good old fashioned
Oh.
orgy.
Yeah, it
Sexy.
has
Orgy.
Jason Sudeikis in it and Nick Kroll. That's all I know.
Yeah, and it was written by writers who worked on King of the Hill, Frasier, and something else. I can't remember. But it was their only movie that they did.
Yeah.
They wrote and directed it, which was pretty cool. And I'm excited to do a comedy.
Yeah, predictions. Group of friends going to have an orgy. That's
Let me pull up the picture. I want to get a little more detailed, like kind of how we did originally on our predictions. I kind of want to get a little more like oddly specific, so that way if something does hit, it's like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
you
While
know?
you're pulling this up,
We're probably gonna pull up
so-
something X-rated.
going back to Mosquito Coast real quick, they are actually releasing a Apple TV miniseries.
Oh, it's not gonna be as good.
Yeah, it's set in Mexico.
Oh,
It's completely different.
I think it's not gonna be good.
I watched it. I think it's coming out like this year. I watched a little trailer of it. I'm like, it just has different vibes, and I don't think it's gonna be as good as Harrison Ford, of course.
All right, so
hang on.
right off the bat, without reading anything, just looking at the good old-fashioned Google Images, I'm gonna say Jason Sudeikis is in an open relationship, and one of his buddies just gets out of a serious relationship, like gets divorced or, engagement falls apart or something like that. And he's like, "All right, we're gonna have an orgy. We're gonna get you back on track." And then they got the party animal friend.
Tyler
that's like,
Labine. Yep, he's
that's
gonna be
like
the party
kind
animal.
of like Alan from The Hangover, but like more cool and wild. And I think Jason Sudeikis is going to be like, "All right, we're getting you laid, Will Fort or whoever that is."
I think it's Will Forte.
Forte,
I
whatever.
think he's in there.
Anyway, yeah, that's what I think, and I think it'll be kind of like a more mature American Pie vibe, like a mixture of like American Pie and Hall Pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think they're going there and they're not gonna expect having an orgy, and it's just something just happens.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay. I feel like there's going to be a beach house involved.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
party animal is probably just got to be the one who's initiating everything,
I could see that.
and he's gonna be left out.
Probably. He's going to
He's gonna be left out,
watching
yeah.
it, yeah. What do you think, man?
They're gonna get something stuck to their dick or put in their butt that they can't get out. They have to go to the hospital
Flamingo.
at some point. The
Plastic
flamingo.
lawn decoration flamingo.
Oh yeah, the way that he's holding it like that.
This seems like something I would have
Definitely.
seen. Like, I feel like this is weird that this
Yeah.
one slipped through the cracks. Like, there must have been something massively popular in terms of a comedy that came out at the same time.
I mean, I
that,
told
like,
you,
overshadowed it.
I told you, like, I feel like I've seen it, but at the same time, I think maybe I just know the poster. Like, I don't know if I actually watched it. I just know the poster. It'll be the second poster.
What year is this?
2011?
2011.
Yeah.
2011.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like the last 10 years were kind of lackluster in terms of comedy. Like, I feel like there were some good ones, but you had to kind of dig for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, comedies weren't, like, in the forefront like they were in the 90s and early 2000s.
You just had 3 Hangovers.
Yeah. Hall Pass, I loved.
Pass.
American Pie. That's
We got American Wedding. Not sorry, Reunion was
Yeah.
within the 2010.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say in the last 10 years, comedies, though, it was, like, few and far between. I mean, there were a few, but not, like, anything like 95 to 05 or anything like that, or even 2000, 2010. Like, so hopefully this will be a good one.
Should be fun.
Check it out.
I mean, a lot of actors that I enjoy and I like.
Yeah, that's a big selling point for me anymore. It's like, it's not so much the story, but it's the cast.
Jason Sudeikis, Will Forte,
Yeah.
and Tyler Bean is like, I like him. A lot of people don't know him, but as Tucker and Dale versus Evil is a really great movie.
Yeah. Where they're like the hillbillies and the kids think that they're the killers.
Yeah, and
but
everyone's just offing each other like themselves on accident.
Yeah.
It's such a good one. Have you seen that one? It used to be on Netflix. Highly recommended though.
That's a good one. All right, guys. So if you want to join us next week, we're going to be watching a good old-fashioned orgy. Watch it, write down your predictions, comment below, and feel free to join us next week on No Expectations Podcast.
Thank you. Be kind, rewind, and subscribe, guys.
Oh, and don't forget, put your prediction below. See you next week.
Bye.
Good shit, boys.